I, 28 male, was sitting in a Panera last Thursday when my now ex-girlfriend Destiny, 26, dropped the financial bomb that ended our relationship. We've been together for about 14 months, and honestly, I thought things were going pretty well. Shows what I know. She'd asked me to meet her for lunch because she had something important to discuss. Cool, no problem. I figured maybe she wanted to talk about moving in together since her lease was ending soon. We danced around the topic a few times. Destiny showed up with a folder. A literal manila folder. That should have been my first red flag. She ordered her usual half sandwich and soup combo and started with small talk. How was work? Did I see that new show everyone's talking about, The Usual? Then she slid the folder across the table. So, babe, I've been thinking about our future, she started. I opened the folder. Loan documents. For business loan. $60,000. Me, what's this? Destiny. Remember how I've been talking about starting my boutique? The online clothing store? Well, I found the perfect opportunity. There's this wholesale connection through my friend Kira, and if I move fast, I can get exclusive rights to distribute this designer's pieces in our region. Me? Okay, and Destiny, and I need a co-signer. The bank approved me conditionally, but they want someone with established credit. Someone with a steady income. She reached across and grabbed my hand. Someone who believes in me. I pulled my hand back to flip through the pages. The repayment terms were insane. $1,100 a month for 6 years. Me. Destiny, this is a huge commitment. Your business plan, where is it? Destiny, I don't need some formal plan. I know fashion. I have the vision. Kira is already successful with her store, and she's mentoring me. Me, but you've never run a business. You work part-time at the yoga studio. Her expression shifted. That sweet smile got tight around the edges. Destiny, this is exactly why I need your support. If you loved me, you'd co-sign this loan. It's about believing in us, in our future together. I set the folder down, took a sip of my coffee. Me, you're right. I don't love you that much. The silence. You could hear the coffee machine grinding beans 3 tables over. Destiny, what? Me, I don't love you enough to risk $60,000 on a business with no plan, no experience, and no guarantee. And honestly, the fact that you'd ask me to proves we're not on the same page about what a healthy relationship looks like. Destiny, are you serious right now? Me, completely. We're done. Her face went through like 5 different expressions in 3 seconds. Confusion, anger, disbelief, then this weird calculating look. Destiny, you're really breaking up with me? Over money. Me, over boundaries. Over respect. Over the assumption that loving someone means destroying my financial future for their fantasy. I stood up, left enough cash for my coffee, and walked out. She called after me, but I kept walking. My phone started blowing up before I even got to my car. Her sister, her mom somehow, all variations of how could you and real men support their women, and my personal favorite from her sister, she was offering you a chance to invest in your future together, you idiot. Blocked them all by the time I got home. Figured that was the end of it. I was wrong. Update 1. Remember how I thought blocking them would be the end? Haha. Sweet summer child. So Friday, the day after the breakup, I'm at work when our receptionist walks back to my desk looking uncomfortable. Receptionist. Hey, there's someone here to see you. Says she's your girlfriend. I knew before I even got to the lobby. Destiny was there, dressed to the nines. Full makeup, the kind of outfit she'd wear to a nice dinner. And she wasn't alone. She'd brought Kira, the supposedly successful boutique owner. I kept it professional. My workplace doesn't need this drama. Me, we can talk outside. We stepped out to the sidewalk. Kira immediately launched into her pitch. Kira, I don't think you understand the opportunity here. I made 6 figures last year. The fashion e-commerce space is exploding. Destiny has the eye for this. And with my guidance. Me, are you co-signing the loan? That stopped her mid-sentence. Kira, well, no. My credit is tied up in my own business expansion. Me, then this conversation is pointless. Destiny grabbed my arm. Baby, please. Just hear us out. I know I ambushed you yesterday. I should have prepared better. But this is real. This is our chance to build something together. Me, We're not together, Destiny. I ended things yesterday. Destiny, you were just upset. You didn't mean it. Me, I meant every word. And showing up at my workplace doesn't change anything. Please leave. Kira scoffed. Wow. Destiny, forget him. Some men just can't handle ambitious women. They left, but not before Destiny said, "This isn't over. You're making a huge mistake." Saturday morning, 7 a.m., my doorbell starts ringing. I check my Ring camera. It's Destiny's mom, Patricia. I didn't answer. She left a handwritten note that basically said I was destroying her daughter's dreams and future, and that real partners make sacrifices. Then came the social media campaign. Not the usual "my ex is trash" posts. No, this well calculated. Destiny started posting inspirational quotes about following your dreams, about how some people will try to dim your light, about how she's grateful to learn who really supports her before it's too late. Her friends and family commented with hearts and "you deserve better" and his loss. Whatever. I don't care about the court of public opinion. But then Monday happened. I got a call from my bank. Someone had tried to add themselves as an authorized user on my credit card. 3 guesses who. They'd used information that only someone who'd stayed in my apartment would know. My full address, my mother's maiden name. I'd told Destiny that story about how my mom kept her name professionally, even my approximate income. The bank shut it down because they required additional verification, but still, the audacity. I immediately froze all my credit with the 3 bureaus and filed a police report for attempted fraud. The officer said without proof it was her, there wasn't much they could do, but having the report on file would help if she escalated. Tuesday, she tried a new tactic. She sent her friend Luna to accidentally run into me at my gym. Luna, oh hey, crazy running into you here. I'd never seen Luna at this gym in the year I'd been going. Luna, so I heard about you and Destiny. That's rough. You know, she's really struggling. Had to give up the apartment she was looking at. Can't even afford her car payment this month. Thought you should know what your decision cost her. Me. Her financial problems aren't my responsibility. Luna, wow. Cold. She dodged a bullet with you. She stormed off. I told the gym staff about the situation, and they made a note in case she came back. Wednesday night, plot twist. I got a call from Kira. Not about the business. Kira, you need to know something. Destiny already signed for the loan. Me, what? I thought she needed a co-signer. Kira, she lied to you. She got approved on her own with a crazy interest rate, like 18%. She was trying to get you to co-sign a different loan with better terms so she could pay off the first one. Me, why? Are you telling me this? Kira, because she borrowed $5,000 from me for inventory, and I just found out she spent it on a vacation to Tulum last month. Before you guys even broke up. That girl is in deep and spiraling. Watch your back. The call ended with Kira saying she was cutting ties with Destiny completely. That's when I realized this wasn't about a dream business or our future. It was about her being in financial trouble and seeing me as her bailout plan. Update 2. The entitlement escalation has been something else. Thursday afternoon. I'm working from home when I get a notification from my apartment's management office. Someone had called claiming to be my wife and tried to get a copy of my lease agreement, saying she'd lost hers. They didn't provide it, thank God for competent staff, but they wanted to let me know. That evening, around 8 p.m., I heard a commotion in the hallway. Destiny was there with 2 people I didn't recognize, rough-looking dudes, probably mid-30s. She was trying to convince them to help her get into my apartment. Destiny, I lived here for months. My stuff is still in there. She'd stayed over maybe a dozen times total and definitely didn't have stuff at my place. Guy 1. Lady, we're locksmiths, not burglars. Without proof you live here, we're not touching that door. I called building security from inside my apartment. By the time they arrived, the locksmiths had already left, but Destiny was still there, now crying in the hallway about how I'd stolen her belongings. Security escorted her out and banned her from the property. She screamed that she'd sue me for theft. Friday was quiet. Too quiet. I should have known she was planning something. Saturday afternoon, my parents called me. They were confused because they'd received a thank you card from Destiny for welcoming her to the family and talking about how excited she was about the engagement. What? Engagement. My mom. She sent us a lovely note about how you two are planning a spring wedding and starting a business together. Are you engaged? Me. Mom, I broke up with her over a week ago. My dad. She sent us a business proposal too. Asked if we wanted to invest as your future in-laws. I cannot. I literally cannot with this woman. She found my parents' address from a Christmas card they'd sent that I'd left on my counter once. And she was trying to manipulate them into either pressuring me or investing in her boutique. I called my parents' local police department and added this to my growing pile of harassment documentation. Then I had to call my extended family because, turns out, she'd Facebook messaged several of them with similar engagement announcements and investment opportunities. My cousin texted me, "Bro, your ex is unhinged. She just offered me a friends and family discount on a boutique that doesn't exist." Sunday morning, I woke up to emails. Dozens of them. Destiny had signed my email up for every loan and credit card offer website she could find. Petty, but whatever. I started unsubscribing and marking as spam. But then I noticed something else. A shipping confirmation from a luxury fashion website. Someone had ordered $3,000 worth of designer bags to my address, using my name, but a credit card that wasn't mine. I immediately called the company. After some investigation, they found the order was placed with a stolen credit card that had already been reported. The shipping address, mine, was different from the billing address. They canceled the order and said they'd investigate it as fraud. I'm pretty sure her plan was to grab the packages when they arrived, probably camping out near my building. But joke's on her. She's banned from the property, and I'd already alerted the building about accepting packages. Monday, yesterday, the nuclear option apparently. I got a call from HR at work. Someone had sent them an anonymous email with screenshots of text between us, where I allegedly promised to pay for her business, and then backed out, causing her emotional distress and financial harm. The texts were clearly fake. The writing style wasn't even close to mine, and they were supposedly from dates when I was literally traveling for work with my boss. HR, we have to investigate all complaints, but between you and me, these are clearly fabricated. We can see from your company phone records that these numbers don't match. Me, this is insane. HR, we recommend you get a lawyer. This is escalating beyond normal breakup drama. So that's what I did. Found a lawyer who specializes in harassment and restraining orders. We're filing for an emergency protective order based on the attempted credit card fraud, the identity theft attempts, the harassment at my workplace, the attempted break-in, the package fraud scheme, the fake texts sent to my employer. The lawyer says I have a strong case, especially with all the documentation I've been keeping. But here's the absolute kicker. Remember Kira mentioning that first loan Destiny already took out? Turns out she used that money, $60,000 at 18% interest, not for inventory, not for business setup, but to pay off her existing credit card debt and buy a new car. A BMW. The monthly payment on that loan is destroying her, which is why she desperately needed me to co-sign a better loan. I found this out because her ex-roommate, Aaliyah, reached out to me on Instagram. "Hey, I know we don't really know each other, but I wanted to warn you. Destiny owes me 3 months of back rent from before she moved out. She's been telling people you two are still together and that you're financing her business. She even showed someone a fake wire transfer confirmation with your name on it. Girl is desperate and delusional. Be careful. My lawyer is adding this pattern of fraud to our filing." Final update. The restraining order went through. The judge granted a 2-year protection order after reviewing everything: the attempted fraud, the workplace harassment, the false reports. Destiny didn't even show up to the hearing. Her mom did, though, trying to argue on her behalf, but the judge shut that down real quick. "Judge, ma'am, you're not a party to this case. Your daughter needs to handle her own legal matters. Patricia, she's too upset to be here. This man has ruined her life. Judge, based on the evidence presented, your daughter has engaged in a pattern of harassment and attempted fraud. The temporary restraining order is granted." The same week, Karma came calling. Remember that BMW she bought with the first loan? Repossessed. Turns out she'd missed 3 payments. Her Instagram stories went from building my empire to anyone know a good bankruptcy lawyer? Kira messaged me one last update. "Thought you should know, Destiny got dropped from the wholesale deal she was talking about." The supplier found out about the fraud attempts and wanted nothing to do with her. Also, she apparently owes like 6 different people money. Total mess. But the real satisfaction came from an unexpected source. Luna, the friend who ambushed me at the gym, reached out with an apology. Hey, I owe you an apology. Destiny told me you've been financially abusing her, controlling her money, and then abandoned her when she tried to be independent. I believed her because she seemed so devastated. And she tried to get me to co-sign a loan last week. When I said no, she lost it on me, said I was just like you, that I was jealous of her success. That's when I realized she'd been lying about everything. I'm sorry for what I said at the gym. I appreciated the apology, but didn't respond beyond a simple, "Thanks for letting me know." The last I heard through the grapevine, Destiny had moved back with her mom, was working full-time at a call center, and was telling people I had sabotaged her business by refusing to invest. The 60 grand loan is in default. Her credit is destroyed. The BMW is gone. The boutique never existed beyond her Instagram bio. Her mom still occasionally sends emails to my work address, the only one she has, about how I destroyed a young woman's dreams and how karma will get me. They go straight to spam, and my HR department has them documented in case we need to pursue corporate harassment charges. My favorite part? About a month after everything settled, I ran into Kira at a coffee shop. Kira, you know she's telling people you two are back together, right? Me, what? Kira, yeah. She's been posting old photos with new captions, telling people you're working through things, that you're going to be business partners. Me, there's literally a restraining order. Kira, I don't think reality is her strong suit. I had my lawyer send another cease and desist about the false statements, but honestly, I don't even care anymore. Anyone who believes her BS without questioning why we're never seen together, why never comment, why there are no new photos, they're not people whose opinions matter to me. The whole experience taught me a massive lesson about boundaries and red flags. Looking back, there were signs. The way she'd always forget her wallet when we went out. How she'd guilt-trip me about not supporting her dreams when I questioned her spending. The way she'd frame basic financial responsibility as not believing in her. I started dating someone new recently. First time she offered to split the check, I almost cried with relief. When she mentioned she was saving up for a certification course, and I asked about her plan, she pulled out an actual spreadsheet with goals, timelines, and backup plans. No request for money, no guilt trips, just genuine adulting. That's when I realized how toxic my relationship with Destiny had been even before the loan request. That moment in Panera wasn't the beginning of the end. It was just a moment I finally saw clearly. My credit monitoring is still in place. The restraining order is active. My parents know to forward any communication from her or her family to my lawyer. My building has her photo at the security desk. My gym has her and Luna's pictures on the do not admit list. Was my response harsh? Maybe. But when someone shows you they view you as a walking ATM and not a partner, believing them the first time saves you from a lifetime of financial abuse. The loan she wanted me to co-sign, with the payments she'd never have made, would have destroyed my credit, my ability to buy a house, probably would have led to wage garnishment when she defaulted. That, if you loved me manipulation, that was her telling me exactly who she was. I'm just glad I loved myself enough to listen.